Hello, YouTube community, subscribers, families, colleagues, and friends. Thank you for joining me here on the Ignite Family Engagement channel. With so many changes going on in education today, the purpose of this video is to check in with our parents. But before I do, I want to remind you to like this video by giving it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, share the video, and also be sure to add comments. Doing all of these things really sends a very strong message. You communicate the fact that you value the content being presented on this channel. So, as a former principal and teacher, I really care about parents. What has been going on due to the pandemic today has been causing some stress for families, so I'm simply checking in. There have been families impacted by job loss. There's been the inability of some parents to pay bills, to purchase food. Many parents have been gripped by sorrow because of the losses they've suffered because of the pandemic. There have been many who have passed away that are connected to many families, and some have been impacted by illness. Many parents are working from home, and when all of those things come into play, parents who have opted to provide their child's education at home, or families who really did not have a choice in the matter to keep their children in an online program, are really feeling the stress of everything. There's been a lot put upon the shoulders of parents who are working from home, who are trying to hold everything together at home. You manage all of the household affairs, but you also supervise your child's education. So that added responsibility is really something that is new for a lot of families, and it really fills a lot of homes with a lot of uncertainties, a lot of questions, and there's just a lot of emotion that goes along with the stress of what's going on with the pandemic, plus having children at home being educated. So since I am checking in with parents, I want you all to know that I am doing so because as an educator and family engagement influencer, I care. So I want you to be aware that there are some things, and in this video I want to offer some suggestions to you to provide a sense of support for you so that you can carry on with your daily life, with your child's education, with everything that you are responsible for. So here are some suggestions that I would like to offer parents who are monitoring their children's education at home. So first of all, be absolutely sure that you keep the lines of communication open with your child's school and also with your child's teachers. Doing so will ease the burden that you are feeling. You don't have to feel like you are shouldering the responsibility of your child's education alone if you truly partner with your child's school and with your child's teachers. Be open with them. Let them know when you need some support and some suggestions. Be absolutely sure that you respond to messages that they send on email, that they post on chats and in other ways, and even with phone calls. All of these things will really help you to help your child at home. Parents, it's okay if you don't have all of the answers. It's so important when you are in a position of helping your child, and you're really in a position where you want the best for your child's education, but you feel a little inadequate. It's okay to reach out to others for support. Again, that support can come from your child's school. It can come from parents of children at your child's school. It can come from other educators that you know. It can come from your family. The important thing is to reach out to a circle of support so that they can provide assistance to you. A lot of communities are having learning pods where families share in the responsibilities of their child's learning. So join one of those pods because that will help you. And if there aren't any pods, perhaps if you do some searching online, you will be able to connect with others who are in a position of offering suggestions, support, and guidance to you so that you're not feeling like you are all alone. The other thing that I want to encourage you to do, parents, is to stay as organized as possible. When you are organized, your child will be organized with their learning at home. Things like having a dedicated space for your child to work in, a a space that has all of the supplies available that your child needs for their school day are really important things. In addition to that, keep a schedule. Keep a schedule of their classes, keep a schedule of activities so that your household is as organized as possible and everyone shares in responsibilities to support the household during this time. So if a child is learning at specific periods of time and you are dedicated to household responsibilities or your job, it just makes life so much easier for you. Another thing that I want to encourage you to do, parents, is when your child is learning at home, be sure that you build in breaks to their school day. Adults like breaks, children like breaks too. Children are typically used to having breaks in the form of recess while they are participating in person learning. So while they are at home, be sure that you continue with breaks. Breaks can be things like going for a walk for a designated number of minutes, just letting the child run and play and just be a child outside where they have fresh air. That's something that is really, really important. Parents, many times we become a little anxious about the amount of hours that children spend at home. For many parents, it feels as though children aren't learning if they are not engaged for 7 hours. Well, parents, what I need you to do is to really think about what goes on in your child's school day. Sure, they may leave the house when the traditional schools are open. They may leave the house and be gone about 8 hours. You have to consider things like the bus ride, homeroom time, changing periods, other transitions during the day, like having a 30-minute lunch period and having recess. When you think about all of the transitions that your child has when they are in a typical traditional brick and mortar school, it really translates to about 5 to 5.5 hours that they are truly engaged in learning. So with that in mind, if your child is spending that amount of time at home on their schoolwork, whether it's with live lessons, whether it's with other virtual experiences, whether it is completing independent work, taking assessments and so on, parents, I need you to calm down. Just stay focused on the fact that Spending 5 to 5.5 hours a day on learning is what really is required. So the bottom line is, don't worry if it seems like your child is being shortchanged. They're not. Um, you have to believe that your child's teachers and schools are delivering a high quality education for your child. You have to trust their process, and as long as you're doing your part to ensure that your child is working, fulfilling their responsibilities, learning is taking place. And parents, just keep that in mind. Here's some other things to help you parents. Just as you do when your child goes to their traditional school for in-person instruction, make sure your children get enough sleep at night. Quality sleep will contribute to their educational experience. If they don't have enough sleep, they won't be able to focus on all of their tasks. So be sure that you do that. Make sure you maintain the correct bedtime, number of hours, and so on. Along those lines is making sure your child eats healthy. I know when you're at home as a parent monitoring your child's learning, it takes a lot out of us. And I say us because I am a parent of a school age child who receives her education at home. She is traditionally cyber schooled, and it's my responsibility to prepare breakfast and lunch for her and snacks. And in doing so, I have to be mindful of good nutrition. And parents, you need to do that as well, because all of that will contribute to your child having a wonderful educational experience. So parents, please remember that the current situation that we are in with the pandemic won't last forever. A time will come when we will be able to safely send our children back to school. A time will come when they will be able to resume their social activities and just that social interaction. But in the meantime, we have to remain focused on the fact that learning does take place and can take place at home if we are really engaged in doing our very, very best for our children. And we just can't let all of our frustrations consume us, frustrations about our ability to help our children, frustrations about whether or not they are getting the best education possible. And I could just go down the list of some of the frustrations that I've heard parents express about their child being at home, and about parents who are maintaining their households, working from home, and even going into the marketplace to work and leaving their child with others to help guide them through the day. We have to remember that better days are coming. We have to stay positive, and we do have to stay focused on the job that we have at hand. I want to encourage you parents by telling you that you really are doing a good job. Many times we don't hear that as parents, but everything that you do for your child every single day is making a wonderful difference in their life. It's making a wonderful difference in their education. So I want to say thank you, parents, and be encouraged that you are doing a good job, and everything that you are doing is very, very much appreciated. Parents, again, I just wanted to create this video just to check in with you and to make sure all is well. And if at any time you feel like there's a need to reach out to other people for help, you know who your support systems are, whether it's your pastor, whether it's your own parents, your own siblings, neighbors. Reach out to people as you need to. Don't be afraid to let them know that you need support. Let them know you need help. Let them know you need someone to talk to. Above all, be sure to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't possibly take care of your children. So parents, Thank you for all that you're doing as you are educating your children at home. I do want to thank you for spending this time as I check in with you. Uh, Thank you very much for tuning in to Ignite Family Engagement. I want to remind you once again, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, share it, and also comment. And again, thank you for all that you're doing. Goodbye for now.